Yo, what is up everybody? Jumpin' ya, and today I am back on some Space Marines 2, and I actually want to rank all the classes in the game from worst to best. Now I am talking about Operations mode, the PvE mode, and we're all just kind of sitting around waiting for the Horde mode to come out, which that will be awesome just because I really do like every class in this game, and I do not think a single one is bad. They're all pretty good, and they're all a lot of fun. Different playstyles is fine, it's just that some classes are definitely better than others, so I can definitely rank them. And I have unlocked every single cosmetic for all the classes, so I feel like I've put in enough time to accurately judge them. Some of the rankings, I will admit, if it was me personally judging it based on my playstyle, I would maybe rank it differently. Like 6 and 5 are 1 and 2, but I am looking at this from an overall general point of view. What's the best? And also I will be judging them based on how well do they kill enemies, their survivability, their team synergy, and their builds and leveling process, because I will admit that will be a big part for me, because some of them you will feel the weakness as you play them and level them up, and other ones right away you can just tell this is a good class. I will be showing gameplay on the max difficulty, and I will be showing the build for every single one of the classes that I will be showing. But without further ado, let's get started with number 6, the Assault. Now, if you asked me before this patch where they buffed him, who was the worst, it would have been the Assault. After the patch, it's a little bit more complicated than that, because I really do like this class. It's a lot of fun to play. Definitely is more up my playstyle. I like to melee, I like to parry, I like to get in the enemy's faces. And this class really is an Assault. It is a mobbing class. So you're going to get a lot of kills with this. And it's really good at taking out the minions. The biggest problem though is that you unlock the true potential of this class, the mobbing potential, at level 23. So that's going to take a long time. You basically have to get max level, and all of the really good perks that will make this guy just excel will come at those later levels. We're talking about level 17, 21, and 23. Those are the key perks. You really want gun strikes on this guy. Gun strikes are so good. So parries and perfect dodges. The Assault gets a passive 50% perfect dodge window increase. So it is a lot easier to get those perfect dodges. And as long as you get parries too, you are going to get a lot of gun strikes. Your gun strikes are buffed with your team perk. Now that is an awesome team perk. It's not the best team perk. It's only useful if people are getting parries and getting gun strikes, where other team perks can be useful just more often. And some classes will love it more, like the Bullworkk or the Vanguard or even the Tactical. Love the Assault's team perk for the gun strike damage. You also will feel really tanky once you get armor from all of your gun strikes. That comes at level 17, and you can take full advantage of that perk. Where another class that gets that perk is the Bullworkk, you really don't want to use that on that class because you have a better option in that bracket. So really the Assault's the only one who is taking advantage of that increased armor every gun strike, and it's awesome, it's really good. The real downside is that when you mess up on the Assault, you really feel it. You will pay for mistakes. And as you're leveling this class, because you don't have the amazing gun strikes, you don't have the tankiness from the armor, and you definitely don't have that mobbing potential to spam your ability against little guys endlessly, and that will soften up the bigger guys. You feel like you want to turn the difficulty down. When I went from average to substantial, I felt it. It was a giant leap for this class, and it was hard. So you got to be on point, you got to be able to parry, you need to get your perfect dodges. And that's why I have to rank this class last, just because of all those factors. Now, one other thing I have to talk about here when it comes to the Assault is that if we do get a Horde mode, this class might have to move up, just because it's going to be amazing at doing the horde mode. It's a mobbing class. That is the strength. But there is another weakness that I kind of forgot to bring up, and that is actually bosses. The assault can struggle because meleeing bosses is just not very fun. You can get perfect dodges and you can get parries and gun strikes, and that can help. But against the flying enemies, you're in a lot of trouble with the assault. It's kind of horrible. All you have is your pistol, and they will mess you up. And remember what I said about making mistakes. It's a bigger deal. And just when you think it's over, it's not. The game is cruel. I'm gonna let Alexis Jonas speak on this.
I see you, enemy. I see you, enemy. Enemy! Enemy! You are my enemy!
Moving on, we have number 5, which is the sniper. The sniper is the exact opposite of the assault. Very good at taking out the bigger enemies, but is definitely lacking when it comes to mobbing. And this is actually the hardest class to solo, at least from my experience. Mainly because of the lack of AoE that you have. It's just a sad reality. The sniper is one of the best teammates because of the team perk. You can get cooldown back for getting headshots. If you take out like 5 little guys with headshots, you're going to get 50% of your cooldown back. My first clip is not of the sniper, but of the tactical. Being able to get your cooldown back instantly on the tactical is kind of crazy. And if you have a melta rifle, which multiple classes get the melta rifle, you can literally shoot one pack of enemies and get your entire cooldown back for your power if a sniper is on your team. That is pretty amazing. The only class that doesn't really benefit all that much is a plasma pistol Bullworkk. But if the Bullworkk uses a bolt pistol instead, well, the Bullworkk can benefit as well. Just get some headshots and you can get your power back extremely quickly. My friend described this class to me as he leveled it up, and I completely agreed with him. It starts off pretty good. You're like, hey, this is not bad. Then once you get to the middle, you're like, man, this is misery, awful, horrible. And then at the very end, you're back to, this is pretty good actually. Mainly because you're able to spam your cloak. Once you get higher level, which is level 21 really, and that is where this class will really be strong. If you have a solid group, I have taken 0 damage before playing with people. And this is the only class I've been able to actually get 0 damage taken, because as long as the enemies don't actually hit your health bar, you will not take any actual damage. That was pretty awesome that I could do it with the sniper, but I could only do it when I had infinite ammo on the Stalker bolt rifle, and also when I was able to just constantly keep spamming my cloak. I do think the sniper would greatly benefit from being given one of the tactical's assault rifles. The tactical has multiple assault rifle weapons. Why not give one of those to the sniper? The heavy bolt rifle would be really awesome on this class. That one would instantly become the best gun on the sniper if they gave the sniper that gun, and would solve the mobbing issue entirely. The other final problem with this class is ammo. You can absolutely have an ammo issue with the sniper, and it's a big bummer. You need to get used to using your pistol a lot. And you only have one pistol choice and one melee choice. I wish the sniper could get the heavy bolt pistol, and I also would like to see an ammo returning perk for the sniper. Maybe getting headshots can return ammo, something like that. Mainly because the tactical using the Stalker bolt rifle is so much better and has no ammo issues. Number 4 is the Vanguard. Now, the Vanguard got a buff, and it's actually pretty amazing. It is actually a max level build if you want to take advantage of the best perk the Vanguard has now, which is his healing. It used to be a meme. It was 1% healing whenever you would get a melee kill on a major. Now it is 10%. So it is so much better. If you mess up and you lose half your health, it's not really a big deal. Because you know that, hey, 5 melee finishers from now, I'm going to be back up to full. You have a lot of recovery on this build. Now, as you level this build, it's not bad though, because you get some decent early perks, and it is a really good melee build. Now you have some great guns at your disposal, like the burst fire bolt rifle, or you can use the melter rifle. Both of those are extremely good, and it does give you some range options. The power is nice. I definitely like it for stunning enemies and also for getting away from dangerous situations. If you're ever surrounded or you just feel like you're overwhelmed, try using your grappling hook to get away. Go to other enemies, fight them, and then try to lure whatever was on you before maybe into a better path towards you. Funnel them. And also, this guy is an amazing teammate. Once you actually get the level 21 perk for the melee finishers, you definitely want melee finishers on the Vanguard. It's going to heal you, and it is going to give you cooldown. But that's for the whole team, and a lot of people can take advantage of that. Anytime there's a melee finisher, you can do it, and you are going to get 15% of your cooldown back. That's really, really good. So overall, the Vanguard's a lot of fun. Now, I do like to play the Vanguard more of a melee, so I do like the burst rifle a lot. The burst rifle is really decent for when you have to go against bosses on the Vanguard. The melter rifle is just amazing though. And if you're trying to get a lot of kills and you want to just clear mobs, then the Vanguard can do that job with the melter rifle. You can get a ton of kills with the Vanguard. The biggest thing holding the Vanguard back is the maxed level. And you really do want to experience the Vanguard at max level just so that you can feel this amazing healing perk. You really can recover from mistakes, and that is awesome. Now, when it comes to all the melees in the game, there is one that is definitely better than the Vanguard. Pretty much at everything, I would say. And also, where this build needs to be max level, the next build only needs to be level 15, and it is crazy good early on. And that is number 3, the Bullworkk. This is one of my favorite builds in the entire game. It is the best melee by far. The ability, the banner, is crazy. And the Bullworkk essentially got a huge buff when they nerfed the old healing. You can no longer heal yourself by just taking damage and then doing a ton of AoE damage like you once could. So now the Bullworkk can actually be used to heal his entire team. Now it does take a little bit of coordination, and doing this with randoms can be frustrating. But if you do communicate, you can easily heal anyone on your squad. And anytime that you need to get a heal, you can go ahead and throw it on your banner, get an execution, or just do a ton of damage, because you're going to give yourself full contested health. That contested health will also drain slower once you get his amazing team perk. The plasma pistol is crazy strong. It is such a good secondary. It's a useful tool. You can use it to stun the enemies and soften them up. But overall, you really want to melee and parry. The Bullworkk's parries are crazy. You can put down a shock AoE effect that can kill everything that walks into it. You can do an AoE damage by just going for parries, which can kill all of the minions around you. You can easily get a ton of kills with the Bullworkk. It is not uncommon to average 500 plus kills with the Bullworkk. Now, another thing about this class is that as you're playing this class, you actually want to turn the difficulty up, because he is that strong. Once you get used to doing all the parries, you will quickly realize this class can actually put the difficulty up, and it's not going to make that big of a difference because your parries is doing so much damage. Overall, this class is amazing. It's a lot of fun to play. It's really good on any team just because if you need a heal, you can always get a heal from the Bullworkk. The main thing you have to do is you have to essentially just communicate, hey, I want to heal you with my banner. When there is an execution available, let that person get it, throw down a banner and you will full heal them. Now, one thing I have to mention though, at level 9, you will get a perk that's all about healing your down allies. Well, that will give you full contested health. It does the same thing as the level 23 perk. So the level 23 perk is effectively useless then. In fact, I'm not using that level 23 perk in this gameplay, and I was able to full heal. So I just want you to keep that in mind. They may change that in the future. Now the final two classes are the real powerhouses of this game, and the next one can fit on pretty much any team and is absolutely the best boss killer. And that is number 2, the Tactical. It was really hard not to put this guy at number 1, but I had to not put him number 1 because he really does need level 20 to start making his build work. At that point, you can start getting ammo back from killing majors every 30 seconds. This works on every gun really well, but it's amazing on the grenade launcher. The Tactical does have the best build in the game. The grenade launcher build is the best. You don't believe me? Well, check out this boss kill. I mean, this is just crazy.
You will fall! You will not bring humanity down! God is going to destroy you!
Yeah, the grenade launcher got buffed. So let me explain that real quick. The green grenade launcher always had a really high rate of fire, but the purple and the relic one had a low rate of fire. I thought that's the way it was designed. I guess that was a bug or something, because with the patch they've made it so now all the grenade launchers can be fired really quickly, which just means that you can delete any boss in the game with the Tactical, and it is amazing. Now you do the same thing against any of the bigger enemies. You see them, just spam the grenades at their feet and they will die. And then at that point, all you have to do is just kind of micromanage your ammo. You need to get kills on majors, but you need to do this every 30 seconds and you can maintain your grenade launcher ammo. The final perk isn't needed, but what that does is that it allows you to scan enemies, any majors, any extreme, and kill them with a single headshot. You can do this every 2 minutes. Now that's really good on all the other guns, but for the grenade launcher it is nice because sometimes you might run out of grenades and you're trying to get it back and you're struggling. Well, just scan a target, get a headshot, and boom, now you have all your grenades back. So it is awesome. The Tactical is one of the best teammates in the entire game, there's no doubt about it. I can't really see a team that the Tactical doesn't fit in. Oh, you got a melee team who wants to go for a lot of parries? Well, the Tactical can debuff enemies by getting parries. I mean, that's actually kind of crazy. On top of that, the Tactical can just use that debuff on any boss, any large group of majors, any extremes, and it's going to make that enemy die a whole lot faster. You can actually get this debuff to be about 200% if you choose to get extra damage on it. It really depends. I think that if you're playing with any of the other guns, you want the parry debuff because that's just so good and so useful. But for the overall extremely powerful grenade launcher build, I think that the debuff of 200% is probably better. The boss kill that you seen me get there was with the maximum debuff, and I wasn't actually rocking the parry debuff with that particular build. But this build is just so strong, there's no way I cannot have it high up on here, and it probably could be number 1 just based on personal preference. But the next build, well, that one is actually really good right off the bat. There's just no doubt in my mind. The moment I started playing this class, I knew this class was amazing. Number 1, the Heavy. This guy is a mobbing monster. If you're looking for kills, you should play the Heavy. I've gotten the most kills on this class by far, 700, 800, 900 kills a game. Your job is very simple as a Heavy. Kill everything you see. Point your gun at it and it will die. Your weapons are so powerful. I know that the build I showed was level 25 because of the signature perk, But to be honest, this guy's build is good right away. It's not the build, it's the guns. That's what I'm here to argue. The multi-melta is so much better than the melta, it's insane. If you could find the right range and you can unload this thing, you can actually stun lock some of the bosses. They just look at you stupid because they don't know what to do. They just kind of realize, wow, that is OP. You are OP. What are you doing to me? I'm dead. And same with pretty much any other enemy if you decide to use the heavy bolt caster. You have range with the heavy bolt caster, and it's freaking awesome. The heavy plasma incinerator is also extremely good. I have been able to kill giant groups of majors in 2 shots. Just 2 shots with that thing. It's so nice. The double plasma setup, having the plasma pistol and the plasma incinerator, is a lot of fun. But the plasma pistol is also amazing. This guy's nickname should be Ruthless, because as I leveled him the first time, I put it on Ruthless at level 10. It was just a joke. And when I went to level up my other weapons on him, the heavy bolt caster and the plasma incinerator, I did it on Ruthless right away. Even though those weapons were white and trash, I was able to do it because I could use those weapons to kill the little guys. That's really what they're amazing at. And I could use my plasma pistol to take out the bigger targets. The heavy just makes Ruthless easy. Definitely the best solo by far. It is the easiest time you're going to have soloing if you are a heavy compared to really any other class. And it's really just because you have the proper tools to deal with everything you see. If you have the heavy bolt caster, just shoot everything. If you have the multi-melta, literally run up to its face and shoot it. You can take out all the mobs, all of the majors, all the big threats, no problem with that gun. And it's the same thing with the heavy plasma incinerator. You charge that thing up, it has a massive AoE, can take out all of the enemies, but it's so strong. It's probably the most powerful gun to charge up in the entire game, damage-wise. I really do believe that. But I think that's going to pretty much do it for my list here, guys. I wanted to go over all the classes and kind of give you my opinion on all of them. I don't think a single one is bad. I think that personal preference could play into this. If you like to melee and you like to be close range, I think that you would probably rank the assault higher than the sniper. But I don't think that you can argue about the tactical or the heavy. Just because these classes are so strong, they really stand out. And they are amazing. They just are. Alrighty guys, well I think that's going to pretty much do it for this video. I really hope you have enjoyed it and it has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos. And I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day. And peace out.